here at Hello Sunday Morning, and today we're going to be talking to our CEO, Chris, and our CTO, Alex, about an exciting new campaign that we're just about to begin. So, how are you guys doing?
Good, Sam. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Very excited. So, Chris, we might start with you. First of all, for listeners who don't know, who is Hello Sunday Morning? Who are Hello Sunday Morning? And what is the new campaign that we're just about to leap into?
Thanks, Tom. So Hello Sunday Morning is a charity in Australia focused on one thing, and that is to build simple, effective software to help people change their relationship with alcohol from wherever it is to wherever they want to go. We've been going for 6 years, and we've built the most incredible online community ever focused on this problem. Now nearly at 100,000 people. We are a team that's really focused on this particular issue, really passionate about it. And this opportunity is just an enormous one for us. It came about through Google and our partners at Google, and we've been working with them for a little while. And they have this thing every year called the Google Impact Challenge, where they get behind a few charities that are using technology to improve the world. And this is an opportunity where they not only invest in them, but they partner with them to make their ideas really sing. We were lucky enough to be one of the charities selected this year, and we have an opportunity to be one of the 4 that actually get the major prize. And so this is a competition where we need votes, we need public support, and so that's why we're talking with our community today.
Awesome. So just again, for our viewers who have just hopped on, we're here today with the Hello Sunday Morning team, talking to Chris and Alex about and discussing our participation in the Google Impact Challenge. And I'd like to hear a little bit more about this technology. Could you, I don't know, we're going to go to Alex in a bit, but I just want to hear, like, why is Hello Sunday Morning doing this? How does this app fit into our brand? Like, what is it?
Well, the original product started with my own little blog when I took a year off drinking, and I built that one myself in a WordPress platform and invited other people to come online, but the actual smarts behind it were quite terrible. And you had these ongoing login processes and stuff. And over the last 6 years, we've evolved that product and changed it quite significantly to get to a place where we realize that a lot of the people that are on our platform need much more support than what they're getting. And so over the last 12 months, we've built the team internally, brought on Alex, built an incredible team of people, including clinical psychologists and people that have expertise in this domain, to build a product that we think will be the best in the world at helping people with this particular challenge. We've done pretty well so far, but we're really excited where we can go. Imagine if you had the kind of team that's behind Uber or Facebook, that kind of talent in tech, focused on a challenge that affects most people in the world. When I talk to a group of people and ask how many people in the room have an issue with alcohol, most people either put their hands up either for them or for someone that they know. It's something that affects a lot of people, but there's really not that many solutions available to help them when they want to get help. So we're super excited about this because it's been a long time coming, and we now have this incredible opportunity to do what we thought would take us perhaps 4 or 5 years in the space of a year. So we're really excited.
That's awesome. Great. So Chris, just quickly before we move on to talk to Alex in a little bit more detail about the technology, what's our main ask for the viewers today? What can they take away from this?
We're a little charity. We're less than 10 people working in this little Sydney office here, and we're up against some some incredible charities doing amazing work with massive reach. Our ask of you is to help us by voting in the link that's in this post. Please vote there. Get a few friends to vote. If you've ever had an issue with alcohol or know someone that has, we want to make sure that we can build the best solution for them. So your vote helps us get the public vote for this particular competition. So please, it takes 2 seconds, just click the link, vote, every vote counts.
Fantastic, thank you. So just again, one more time, we're here with the Hello Sunday Morning team discussing our opportunity that we've just received to to participate in the Google Impact Challenge, and today we're talking about our new app, Daybreak, and I'm just going to refer to Alex, who is our product lead, and I want to ask you, Alex, what is Daybreak and why is it worthwhile?
Thanks. So we, when we first started looking at some of the things that people are doing at the Hello Sunday Morning platform, we started figuring out that there was a certain set of behaviors that help people get better, and that not everyone was doing those behaviors, right? So there was a group of people that was reaping the maximum benefits, and then there was this large amount of people that weren't. And we started thinking what were the core components of that interaction? What were the core components of that path that made people get the help and support that they needed?
Mm-hmm.
And we basically uncovered a couple of things, right? We found that people that uncovered their own motivation had the highest likelihood to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why in Daybreak, when you start, the app first begins by asking you a set of questions and having a little bit of a conversation, if you will, around why you're doing what it is that you're doing. The second thing that we found is that certain people, by interacting together, reaped maximum benefit from that interaction. And right now it's pretty much left to chance, as it still is in Daybreak. But we tried to build an app where people had the bigger likelihood to discover the people that would really help them get over that slump, that would really help get that motivation when they needed, or that specific advice that they needed. We also found that people that maintained maintained top frame with what they were doing, like God kept reminding themselves why it is that they were doing the things they were doing, had the likelihood to succeed. And we built in Daybreak this concept of pings and notifications that get sent at specific time intervals to help you, remind you what it is that you're doing. On the platform, we discovered that people tended to seek advice. And some of the advice that they found was really constructive, and some of it was really good, but wasn't tailored with the right knowledge to help people get over that line. So what we did is we worked with clinical psychologists, and we worked with some of the world's greatest experts in some of the fields like motivational interviewing and CBT. And we're building a library of exercises and activities and a library of advice called Choices, which are found in the Daybreak app. And the last bit is around getting an ongoing week-on-week check on how you're doing with your progress, how you're doing on this change that you're embarking on. And all of it works together in a sense of, you uncover your own motivation, you share it with the community, you get the support that you need, you get the advice that you need, and you keep it going week after week after week after week after week, which is where this whole thing is. It's about consistency, it's about keeping at it, it's about resiliency. And that's what we really want to help people with.
That's really interesting. I mean, it sounds like there are a lot of functions within Daybreak, but they all sort of come back to it being a tailored solution to a problem that a lot of people are facing.
And that is where the big opportunity for us is with the Google Impact Challenge. Right now, although we know that tailoring the solutions is the key to this, we're still leaving a lot of things to chance. So the feed of people that you uncover is basically a fire hose of everyone in Daybreak. The Choices is a library, but it's a large library. You have to scroll through and try to find what it is. And you have to open the app at the precise right moment, So one of the things that has come up in a lot of alcohol research is that timeliness is the key to this, right? So if you get people the help they need, like the specific help they need at the time they need, it's exponentially bigger results, right? So what we want to do, if and when we get the support from Google for the Impact Challenge, is build some of those smarts in there. There are the world of specific artificial intelligence, the world of machine learning has grown leaps and bounds. Like there was a wonderful experiment done recently by the team at Google, where they used the Google DeepMind, which is one of their new systems, to actually win at a game of Go. And Go, if you haven't heard of it, is the Japanese version of chess or checkers. What's interesting about this experiment is that the computer did not win by simulating the path, like when IBM beat Kasparov. It actually made decisions on each turn to try and figure out what the best decision is. So these technologies are out there, and they're being used to, they're being used to optimize ads, they're being used to optimize electrical systems, This is not, what's interesting about this is that this is not, we're going to build something that doesn't exist. We're going to grab these technologies that exist and put them to the service of mental health, put them to the service of helping people with a very deep and personal challenge. And everyone's challenge with alcohol is very different, and being able to recognize those differences and not propose a library of 70 different things you could do, but what is the thing I could be doing now that has the highest impact? Who should I be talking to that will be able to help me the most? Right? What group of people can I interact with to get the support that I need? Those are the exciting things that we could be doing if we partner with Google, who is the world leading expert at this.
Yeah.
And that, if I can add something, I think what's really exciting about that is that for a very long history, the way alcohol behaviour change has been looked at is a kind of one-size-fits-all model. And there's different sizes and different treatment methodologies, but what's really important is, rather than going, okay, this is what you need to do, it's what are your goals with how you use alcohol in your life, or what are your mental health issues, how do we build a tailored solution to you? And that's what technology can do. It's not going to have the same tactile feeling that perhaps a face-to-face treatment program would have, but it will have something that's much more specific to your individual needs, and that's what I think is really exciting.
And then not everyone can have face-to-face.
Yeah.
Like it's out of reach for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's out of reach for financial reasons. It's out of reach for financial reasons. Like, we've got users that are actually not supported by their family, and that they can't go to their family members and say, I need to go to a therapist, and therefore they can't afford it. There's like a large amount of people that have come to our platform that they have kids and they can't find a babysitter to go to an AA meeting. Like, people say AA is free. Well, if you've got 3 kids, going to an AA meeting is $300 in babysitting. There's not everyone has access to it. So of course, if you can jump on Daybreak and get to face-to-face support and get support from your family and get support from your group of friends and all the better. But what happens when all of these things are not available? And that's where we need to be.
It's really cool.
It is.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's almost like, it seems like it's optimizing helping people so much that it's potentially better than face-to-face because of timeliness, like you mentioned.
Well, the other great thing I think about technology is data. You can see what does work for whom, by how much, and with a lot of our partners in the treatment sector, it's really difficult to get that data once a person comes through a service. So we are really focused on working on in partnership with them to see how people track and when they need to be called and when they need more support. And that's why I think technology really has a huge opportunity.
And right now that opportunity is being used to optimize which advertising you see.
Yeah.
And I think we can do better.
Yeah.
As a technology community, I think we can do better.
Yeah. All right, fantastic. Now, just before we leave everyone, so once again, for viewers that have just checked in, we're here with Hello Sunday Morning, talking about our involvement in the Google Impact Challenge and our new application, Daybreak. Actually, to both of you, I was going to ask Chris, but both of you, Chris, would you have used something like Daybreak when you first started Hello Sunday Morning?
When I was 22 and wanted to change the way I was drinking, I knew it was unhelpful. I scouted around and looked at different services, and I didn't feel like I needed something face to face, and that's where the whole impetus behind taking you off drinking, share that story online came from. And so for me, I think having a simple tool that's anonymous, available, is extraordinarily helpful. And going through a process of changing your relationship with alcohol is just human. We're always going to have alcohol in society. We're always going to want to drink less. So how do we actually help people change in the way that they need? And it's validated by the fact that actually we now have nearly 100,000 people around the world, which is the largest online community focused on this problem, actually engaged in this particular solution. There's a huge need for it, not just for people like me, but for people on all range of the spectrum, and technology can really fill that gap.
Great. Any last messages?
Yeah, look, I think probably we have to acknowledge our community for really enabling us to have this journey and be able to build these products for you and with you. It's an incredibly passionate community, and we release things and there's like strong vocal support and strong vocal criticism, and we just love that we get to do this with you guys. So thank you so much. So please support us and further in a little way by voting, getting a few of your friends to vote. Is really, really helpful for us at this particular juncture.
Yeah, big shout outs to the community. We were talking about it the other day. Like we put a post in the community asking for feedback on Daybreak. We got 180 comments within the scope of 1.5 days. And it was like I barely got any sleep that day. I was just in there trying to get into conversations with people, and that's a beautiful thing, because the worst thing in the world is yelling out into the void. So it's really good to have that feedback.
We care, and you guys care, and awesome. Vote for us.